President-elect Donald Trump is keeping up his record-setting pace of announcing polarizing picks for cabinet positions and appointments to lead his next administration. And among his latest nominees, Dr. Oz to run Medicare and Medicaid, and former WWE CEO Linda McMahon for Education Secretary.
And despite growing controversy even within his own party, Trump says he is not giving up on Matt Gaetz as Attorney General. KTLA's John Fenoglio in the News Center with the latest on the Trump transition. John.
Yeah, Micah Shear, former Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz remains in the spotlight over allegations he had sex with a minor and illicit drug use. Now tonight, there is growing demand from Democrats and some Republicans for the release of a House ethics report into those allegations. Now all this as President-elect Trump is moving at warp speed to fill his cabinet with those most loyal to him.
Tonight, President-elect Trump announcing his choice to lead the agency he has pledged to dismantle. Linda McMahon tapped to head the Department of Education. A staunch Trump defender, McMahon is a member of the transition team. She was also former head of the Small Business Administration during Mr. Trump's first term. And she's a professional wrestling executive. Critics say she has little to no experience administering federal education policy. TV personality Dr. Mehmet Oz will return to Washington. Trump selecting him to head the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, or CMS. Also a staunch Trump supporter, Dr. Oz was a heart surgeon before launching into TV and politics. In his new role, he would be in charge of federal health insurance programs used by more than 150 million Americans. The president-elect says Oz will work closely with his controversial pick to oversee the Department of Health, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a known vaccine skeptic. Also new to the incoming Trump administration, Howard Lutnick to become Secretary of Commerce. Lutnick is the billionaire owner of the Cantor Fitzgerald investment firm. He supports Trump's plan to implement tariffs on imported goods. 5, 4, 3. Mr. Trump attending the latest SpaceX launch Tuesday in Texas alongside Elon Musk. Earlier, Trump making it clear he's standing by his choice for Attorney General.
Mr. President, are you reconsidering the nomination of Matt Gaetz?
No.
Former Florida Representative Matt Gaetz continuing to face scrutiny over allegations of sexual misconduct and illicit drug use. A House Ethics Committee will soon meet to decide whether a report into Gaetz' alleged behavior should be released ahead of his Senate confirmation hearing. The committee interviewed 2 women who said they were paid to have sex with Gaetz. One of them testifying she witnessed Gaetz having sex with a 17-year-old girl. Gaetz has denied any wrongdoing. But late Tuesday, numerous reports that a hacker has obtained a file containing a deposition from that 17-year-old girl. Whether the House report comes out, it appears Gaetz will have an uphill battle in the Senate to be confirmed to lead the Justice Department.
We do need to take up the nominees that he will put in front of us, but we need to do so with a recognition that there is that separation. We are a separate but equal branch, so let's not cede any of our constitutional authorities.
Gaetz was investigated by the Justice Department over allegations of sex trafficking and illicit drug use, but was never charged with a crime. Again, he has denied the allegations. The House Ethics Committee is expected to meet tomorrow to decide whether to release that report on Gaetz. In the News Center, I'm John Fenoglio, KTLA 5 News.
John, thank you.